Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Fishing the Chain. Today I'll be showing you guys some good spring baits, early spring, like April, March, for bass northern, alright? The first one I have for bass has to be the Flicker Shad by Impala. A Berkeley. They are so good at catching bass and other sport fish in spring, early spring. I just like to cast it out there, reel it in really slow, and just flick it ever so lightly because fish aren't really that active in the spring. Moving on to our next bait, we have an inline spinner. Inline spinners are miracles at catching bass in early spring. You reel them in really slow because, yet again, they're not really that into catching food this early, but yeah. Another one has to be if I can get this out of my spinners. Tackle box fell in the lake last week while kayaking. Sorry to get it out. Stop laughing. Has to be a double jointed lure, like this, or like this, or like this. This one's for northern that I have. This one's for bass. You can obviously see the size difference. They work really well. The nice action. It really catches their eyes. That's moving on to northern. A really good early spring for northern has to be jerk baits, like such as this one or this one. They work really well. There's two color options: either really natural, realistic looking for clear water, and then the really vibrant colors to catch their attention. Moving on to another northern bait for early spring has to be the classic lipped crankbait, like this. I've actually seen a couple muskies strike these before while fishing. You know, they're really cheap. You can buy them almost at any fishing store. They work miracles. You're gonna want to fish them in deeper water, so open water. Another really great one that I've seen work is double cowgirl. These ones work for me too. I usually use those ones in fall, but they work in spring just as good. Oh yeah, another one for walleye in early spring has to be spoons. So I usually pick the brighter, vibrant colors, but whatever works for your lake and your area. I'm obviously on the Channel Lakes right now, on the beautiful Lake Murray. This is one of the channels, the bigger channels they have out here. Yeah, so another one for spring, a good bass lure for late spring, you know, Mayish, has to be either a swim bait or a nice little Senko. I work those off the bottom, wacky rig or Texas rig, straight off the bottom, just jig them, and those seem to work. Another one for northern is spinners. Northern and bass, they really seem to be attracted to spinners in spring. For the bass, I just reel them in, but for the northern, I actually take advantage of the jig head, and I reel them in, and then I let them fall, and then I let the spinner spin, let it fall. You know, I just work it off the bottom. A really great one, bass lure for summer is Senkos and lipless crankbaits. They really work well. For summertime works.
Summertime, you want top water.
Summertime works if you have a nice little top water. Let me get these guys entangled here. When I use my poppers, I don't really like hula poppers. I just like classic poppers. I like white colors because they look like shad. Yeah, another one that my friends usually like to use is darker colors. He likes fishing this in shallow water. I like fishing these in 8 to 12 foot water in weeds. Here you go. Thank you. Yeah, they work really well. Going back to the basics of spinners, top waters, these work really well too during the summer. Fall. For northern bass, I like swim baits because they're usually getting kind of skittish in fall, so I don't really like using rattles. But if I take a Shadzilla and I just go up along the piers and you just jerk them like this up along the piers, and you're gonna get a muskie or a northern. I actually lost my last Shadzilla last summer when I lost a tackle box in the lake, sadly, when I was kayaking. I just don't have good luck with kayaks. Another really great one has to be suspending baits, like this. Suspending ones that you reel it in and it goes deeper and then it stays right in the middle and it does not move. It just stays there and then it slowly rises back up. They seem to really like that. In winter, if the lake is half frozen and there's still some open water, throw crankbaits. They work miracles, all right? In springtime, not spring, winter, when it's all iced and I want to go for bass ice fishing, I use waxworm jigs. So they're artificial waxworms, but and a nice little jig head. Those seem to work really well for lakes. Another one is just a regular open water jig like this. They seem to really like that too. You know, the glittery ones. And for walleye, I like to do spoons. Yeah, you just gotta find your lake, what region you live in, and it just all depends on where you live. But around here, upper Illinois, lower Wisconsin, those baits usually seem to work a lot. Well, thanks guys for watching my video. Don't forget to subscribe and like this and share with all your friends.